What's going on, folks? It's Jimmy Mortgage here. I'm here with Galina and Marina from Signature Realty. So, ladies, who are you?
Oh my God, that's a complex question, Marina.
It is.
So we're a lot of things. We are luxury real estate agents with Signature Realty Michelle Pice Group.
Okay.
We are mothers. We are friends. We know
Partners
each
at
other.
work,
Yeah, we know each other for many, many years since Brooklyn. So we wear many, many hats. We're also Westfield ambassadors.
Okay.
We try to support our local town and support our local businesses as much as we can.
You said try. I think you guys do a great job with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marina and I met in a funny way, and we just stayed friends, and then we decided to go on this real estate adventure together as well.
Jimmy, ask her how we met. I didn't tell you this.
So, how did you meet?
So
From Brooklyn, right?
Yeah,
In
so,
Brooklyn.
so
Okay.
in Brooklyn. So long story is Marina used to be a doula. So Marina used to really wear a lot of hats. So she was a doula, which is a birthing coach,
Okay.
for those who don't know. And I was pregnant with my second child, and I really wanted to do like a unmedicated birth, right? So I was reaching out to different birth coaches to hire one.
Right.
Marina just got her license at the time, so I connected with her through a friend. Had no idea who she was, did not like her, did not hire
Not
her.
hire me.
Okay.
Nope, she was not present at the birth, so we never got that intimate yet.
Never got that. Okay.
Yet. It could still happen.
I'm not going to say nothing.
But, then fast forward, we became fast friends, and then she moved to Westfield, and I followed suit, and we just kind of set up shop there and are both raising our kids. I'm on the south side, she's on the north side.
Is there a difference between North and South?
I don't think so. I think people who live on the north side love their side, and people who live on the south side love their side. There is a history behind that and
Right.
why it has this, divider, but I don't think there's a difference. I think both sides are wonderful.
Yeah,
No
I still, yeah. In my mind, when I think of Westfield, it starts at one point. So whatever side that is, I still think you're going to be at one point, right? So
Exactly.
it
You're
is
just
what it
lucky
is.
to be in Westfield. That's what we always say. Is any section is wonderful. You're just lucky to be there.
Right, right. And I've seen a lot, especially towards the Parkway side. That's the south side, right? Towards
Correct.
The Parkway, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of new constructions happening.
100%.
Like these guys are turning down capes and they're making them estates.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool to see how that transformation of something small getting to,
Something
like
luxurious.
four-car garages, three-car garages, and balconies. I'm like, yo, these folks is really doing it out here.
Yeah, so I think the south side has seen a lot more transformation. On the north side, you get a lot more older historical homes
Right.
that people wouldn't dare to touch. You do get homes that were built in the 1800s that everybody's trying to preserve the history. On the south side, where the help used to live,
That helped.
on the south side, you do get smaller real estate, so it's easier to knock down and build up.
Okay, cool. So what is it, from Brooklyn to Westfield, right?
From Brooklyn to Westfield.
Okay.
And I guess our journey is very similar to most of the buyers' journey. Is we moved to New Jersey because our kids needed to go to school. We wanted a different environment for our children. I actually wanted to be near downtown. I wanted a community and events. I wanted to know my neighbors. Brooklyn was just too big for me. So we shopped around through different neighborhoods and settled in Westfield. And I'm so happy that we did, because it's really just a completely different lifestyle. It's a quality of life. I don't ever have to wait in lines at a post office. I don't get parking tickets anymore. I don't have to move my car for street cleaning. We don't even have to pump our own gas.
Never have to
So
pump your own
it's
gas.
yeah. So we really happy with the transition, and I'm glad that I got to move a friend with me.
Yeah, it worked out. Honestly, when we were searching for a place here, and as most New Yorkers start their search in New Jersey, it's like, where do I want to live? What's important to me?
Right.
Am I commuting back to New York City? How long is that commute? Is there a downtown? Is there a vibe? I wanted sidewalks.
Right.
It was so important for my kids to be able to still move around the world without having to rely on me. And it really took a little bit of a search. I think it took me like 9 months to really find a place where I want to settle down. And never look back.
Never look back.
I never ever look back.
Sometimes I take her to Brooklyn
Just to
for,
scare
like,
me a little
work
bit.
stuff, and we're driving back, and she's like, "Oh my God, take me home! Take me home! It's too loud. It's too many people."
It is different. I mean, I still love Brooklyn because of the fact that I get to see some of my friends and family and all
yeah.
that good
You're very
stuff.
happy to go back home.
Pop
out,
in and
yeah.
pop out.
But given the fact that I am spoiled with some of the things that I do have today, living in the suburbs, yeah, man, I don't miss it like that.
I just moved my brother. He actually moved to Maplewood, and he's coming from the Prospect area, like
Okay.
the Prospect Park area. And his first thing was like, oh my God, I don't have to look for parking. I don't have to repark my car. I could run all my errands, just park. Like, it's such a small thing, but it is a luxury.
Those tangibles add up. It does
100%.
because
It's a quality of
right,
life.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
clearly. And plus, for those who don't know, Brooklyn and Maplewood, they have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Because they call it like the Brooklyn West now, because it has like the unique homes, it has the streets, the
downtown.
downtown, and its proximity to New York City, right? Because you take New Jersey Transit from
30
Maplewood, you're right into the city. So I would make the case it's better than coming from parts of Brooklyn to get into Manhattan, right? Because
Yes,
the
yes.
distance of where you're at in Maplewood,
for sure.
including Westfield too now,
For
right?
sure, right? And
But
first of all,
but these two towns, obviously.
I mean, so Marina and I work on, you could say, the train line
Right.
mostly, right? Because a lot of New Yorkers still need to commute back to New York City.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we are very familiar with our town. Just because we love Westfield and we rep Westfield all day long,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that we're not totally connected to all the other towns that are on the train lines that
Right.
get you the easy commute into the city, you know?
Right. So what did you guys do before real estate? Because obviously you guys are successful at what you're doing at Signature Realty. So before all this glitz and the glamour
she was
and
a
all that good
doula.
stuff. Well, I mean, prior to doula, first of all, you had multiple hats.
I
though,
did. I
right?
always wore multiple hats.
Right.
I actually have a degree in accounting, and then I ended up getting another degree in construction management. And I did high-end retail in New York City, and I did a lot of new construction homes, residential homes. But I didn't have my license. I was in the industry. I'm also an investor, but for the longest time, I did not have my license. And then Galina and I decided to get our license together when we moved to New Jersey. And I feel like that was really, all of my previous experiences were building blocks for me being here, because I love having the accounting background. It helps with the numbers. I love having the construction background, because whether it comes to like the updates that the sellers potentially have to do in order to get top dollar, or the potential of a house for a buyer, it's very helpful to have that background and be able to advise as well, right? So I'm definitely am where I should be, and this is where
cool.
I've been.
I love
Yeah,
it.
this is where I've been kind of leading to my entire life.
But also, if she's working with a client and you have to give birth on the spot, she has you covered.
I probably I can
The
help
combination is awesome here. Look, I'm feeling the energy. It's goosebumps right here, right now.
My
So-
journey is
yeah,
very
oh,
different.
right.
Yeah. So I was a designer for many years. It's probably 20 years. So I've been doing that for a really long time. And then I just really kind of like stepped into real estate. I do love things that are beautiful, obviously. And I do
Right.
love working with people and helping them make their house beautiful or more presentable to buyers if we're selling homes. So like my vision and my creative side really helps in that sense. But also I'm kind of in charge of the marketing for our little team here. And a lot of the things that I create still lets me be that creative.
Right.
You know, and then of course I love people. So like being around people, just seeing their joy brings me joy. I always like dressing people. So now I get to dress them in a new home.
I see the brightness.
Very colorful.
So being that you guys from Eastern European, right? How do you guys correlate that with home, Brooklyn, Westfield? How do you guys deal with that with some of your clients? Is most of your clients coming from that area, or is it from all over?
Not even so much Eastern European. I think it's more of our Brooklyn presence, right? It's the fact that we spent so many years living in Brooklyn. We went to schools in Brooklyn. Jimmy and I actually went to the same high school. And grew up Midwood High School.
Yeah.
So we have this, we have all these friends and family that have accumulated over the years. And we see that everyone is kind of facing the same dilemma. They love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is great. But then once you start having kids, it becomes a problem. So it's like elementary level, it's an issue. Now, let's say you get your kid into a school at elementary level.
Right.
Now middle school becomes an issue. So all of these people have been reaching out to us, seeing that we have made the transition, and happily so, right?
Right.
And now this is what we do as part of our job. So people do reach out for that. We even have a Facebook group, New York to New Jersey, helping you move. So because a lot of people, when they just decide to move, they don't even know which part of New Jersey they want to be at. And that's where we come in. And being New Yorkers, it helps us because we understand what their needs are, right? So right away, we're like, okay, where are you commuting to? How many days a week? What kind of home are you looking for? Do you need large lots? Do you want to be walking distance? Do you want sidewalks? So we understand and we help guide our buyers.
Right.
So this way it's not such an overwhelming experience.
It's funny you say you talk about buyers, and now you guys are focusing a little bit more on the listing side, right? Was it fair to say that,
we've
right?
always
You do both, but
Both, we do
you know,
both.
but these past this year, I've seen you guys present a lot of listings, so I do see that happening. So how do you guys?
I'm gonna.
Go
It's
ahead,
the
go
marketing.
ahead.
It's the marketing.
It's
No,
the
I'm just
marketing.
kidding. It's the marketing. It's mine.
So that said, with the marketing, how do you guys with listing? How do you guys go about it with listing appointments? Right, you don't have to give too much, but just
Yeah.
give just a little tidbit of what is that like with you to come into a presentation, be like, hey, this is what you can do, and blah blah blah. All that
So
good
most of the time we actually do go on appointments together.
Right.
If one of us is away, obviously the other one takes the lead. We do have a really kind of like fun character. Both of us are very like playful and fun, but also serious when we need to be.
Okay.
I think we present different kind of aspects, right? So like mine is more like creative, right? So like I could talk more about like how are we going to market your home? What are we going to do? How are we going to stage it? What color should we do if we do need to do some work? So I'm more on that side, and Marina's more, this is your net. This is what we're going to get you, right? This is how we're going to like reach a huge audience. This is how we're going to bring in you top dollar. So I think we like bring different things to the listing appointment, and also bring different, fun, holding hand, kind of like mommy bear almost.
And I think working off of what Galina said, it's we understand what the buyers are looking for and how to reach them. We understand how the buyers are shopping, and that's a tremendous strength that we have when we're listing homes, because we know where to target them, we know how to target them, and we are here to support sellers every step of the way, right? And a lot of our listings this year is due to the referrals over the years collected, right? We call ourselves farmers. We've been farming for many years. So we have relationships. We have very happy past clients we're very grateful for all the referrals that are coming our way this year. And we became better. We became better at everything that we do. We've learned our market very, very well. We are very present in Westfield. We're very present in certain counties because we are being New Yorkers. We don't know the entire state of New Jersey, right? So we focus on Union, Essex, and Bergen, right? That's because you can't be a pro at everything, right? You can't know the entire state.
Jack of all
So you
trades.
cannot be jack of the entire state of New Jersey. It's a big state. So we're very specific with the counties that we serve because we want to make sure that we truly are market experts.
It's interesting you said that, because in the same counties that you just mentioned, you guys have an office in every one of those counties.
We do.
We do.
Wow, so that means
And
obviously
we also
the
have one in
footprint's very-
Monmouth County as well. So we have
Red Bank, right?
Red Bank.
Okay,
correct.
yeah.
So we have offices in Red Bank. We have Short Hills.
Right.
We have Westfield, and we have
Ridgewood, right?
Yep. So
Popular towns to move to, guys. So if you're considering moving from Brooklyn to, not Brooklyn, anywhere,
anywhere.
talk to these two ladies, because
We've
they're
moved
definitely...
people from Dubai. We've moved people from California.
I've never-
yeah,
yeah.
we've moved people from really all over. Again, it's the marketing that we put out. We bring in the buyers from all over the world. So you don't actually have to be nearby. You could be anywhere.
So all those small tangibles that you had with your experience and with marketing, how does it feel like it's all coming true now, right? Because
fruition,
it's like, because we always talk about the journey, right? We always celebrate the wins and we celebrate the beginning, but we never talk about the middle part, right? What makes it up. So how you guys are taking it all in, because you guys have definitely grown tremendously.
We have. So And one of the things, like having a partner in this industry is really important. And a lot of people are solo agents, and we are technically solo agents, but we work as a team.
Right.
And I think holding each other accountable and holding each other's hands and pushing and pulling each other is really important. A lot of agents get kind of like stuck because it's a hard road. It's a roller coaster from beginning to end. Your transaction is not guaranteed. It could fall apart at any time. And it's really just like having a partner to bounce ideas off, but also having a partner to cry to when things go wrong is really important. And I think that's really what helped us be as successful as we are in the short period of time that we've been in this business in New Jersey, right? And I think Marina and I just holding each other's hands, like we hold our clients' hands when they need it, but we hold each other's hands a lot.
Can I add to that?
No, absolutely not. This was perfect. You're done.
So you're Batman, she's Robin?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm the little one, so I'm Robin.
You're right.
so we're actually very complementary to each other.
Right.
We're very similar in certain ways, right? We are both very hardworking. We are dedicated to what we're doing, and we are, giving our all, right? But we are also very different in many ways, and it complements each other. So when, she is earth, she's very solid. She gets stuck sometimes with ideas and like overwhelmed, and she's a perfectionist. And I'm very much water, and I come in here and I'm like, no, we're going to get this done. We're going to keep it moving. Let's go, let's get it done. And it helps, right? Because people do kind of end up getting stuck. It is a very emotional roller coaster of a business. So it's important to just keep moving and having someone do it with you.
Rocks. I'm rocks, and she's water, and
I'm water. So like but you know what? It's great because she also keeps me grounded as well. Because being water, I'm all over the place all the time, and she's like, come here.
That's what's
do
up.
your work.
So,
but it's been wonderful. It's like going from just beginning. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna get this started? Who are we gonna reach out to? Who are we gonna talk to? Like where are clients coming from? To now kind of having a huge Rolodex of clients and staying busy at all times.
I can see that. I mean, look, if I had you two come to my house and you guys were selling it, I would be sold from the beginning, right? One wants to move forward. You can also give them ideas of what that new project looks like too, right? Because you do have that background.
Our relationship doesn't end at the closing table. I actually have lunch with a client tomorrow that I moved a year and a half ago. If they need any recommendations, hey, can you come by? I think I want to redo my basement. I need to finish my basement. Do you have any contractors? Do you have anyone who could waterproof this? We're always available for our clients. And we build that relationship during the process, and then we stay with our clients, So yes, for sure, we're here to always hold their hand and like bring value throughout our entire relationship.
All right. So on that note, where do you go for your bagels? Let's switch it up a little bit. Where do you go for your bagels? Yeah.
So unfortunately, I still do not like any of the bagels in New Jersey. I have been going to Manhattan Bagel in Westfield. Here's your little plug. I kind of could get down with them. But yeah.
You get down with that?
I think when people come back, I know the Brooklyn me. When people come from Brooklyn, like, hey, you want me to bring something? I'm like, bring me bagels.
Yeah.
Or bring me pizza. I'll freeze it and we'll eat
That's
it later.
what I'm saying. But
I still can't do it. I still can't.
Yeah.
Marina is the same way.
Yeah,
I'll speak for
we
her.
have the water. In New York City, we have, despite what you see sometimes on the national news, that's not true. If you go back,
Do not believe anything
that.
you hear.
Right, do not. We do, yes, Brooklyn makes the best pizza and the best bagel. Yes, you
We
will
will
have
fight
some.
you.
Right, we
You're telling Jersey people Brooklyn makes the best pizza?
that
I
you
mean,
might-
bagel is one thing. Pizza, you just cross the whole other.
yeah, no, I'm right. I promise you I'm right.
You might get some hate mail.
It's all good, but that's what makes it so cool, right? Living that close to Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Because we can go back there because
All
the
the time.
Verrazano Bridge is right there. It's
All the
always
time.
kind of cool, especially if you go early in the morning, hop on the belt, go over to Verrazano
You
278.
might just be okay being in Staten Island. You just gotta cross the bridge.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, you just get more for your money in New Jersey. Let's call it what it is, right?
It's true. It's true. You definitely get, everybody's moving here for more land, more space.
Right.
A lot of people are now, working from home, so they need the space, or they're gonna kill their spouse, partner, friend, whoever they're rooming with. So that's one thing that not Westfield, but all these towns,
Jersey, right.
Jersey in general has to offer is you get a little bit more space. You get an extra room.
Right.
You get a little backyard. Your doggy could run around, and that's, we don't sell real estate. We really sell the dream. We sell the dream to people who want the picket fence, but also want their kids to run around and feel safe, and also have a backyard where people come visit and like they could congregate.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The barbecues and
You
everything.
can't
like
do that on a fire escape. In
The
a
fire
Brooklyn-
hydrant, the hose coming
No,
out.
do you
There's your
remember the
pool right
fire
here.
escapes?
Yeah.
Like we used to hang out on the fire escape.
We all did that. Yeah,
That was our balcony.
That was our
That was our
balcony.
Do the right thing. If you Google that, this is how some of us was living back in the days. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yep, we had a
but
fire
it
escape.
keeps us humble for where we at today, right? Because we are doing well within our respective careers. So it kind of makes you feel like things can happen if you think and stay to it, right?
I mean, look
stay
at
on
us, 3
course.
kids from Brooklyn.
Exactly. Raise,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
That's a good point. 3 kids. Yeah.
Three kids from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Lincoln High School, so I think I had the roughest
Boo,
upbringing.
Lincoln. Yeah. No, we're Hornets, baby. Hornets right here. So
Rail
what are some
splitters? Rail splitters. Got it.
Wow.
I remember it all come back.
What are some of the things you're doing with your family? I know we speak about family, right? That's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
some of us come to New Jersey. What are some of the places you like to hang out with your family?
So I love day trips.
Right.
And I think our location of being in Central Jersey is so perfect for day trips because a beach is 45 minutes away to 2 hours. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go. And being from New York, a beach must be nearby.
Right.
So I love that. I love the Garden of Sculptures down by South Jersey.
Okay.
Garden, like beautiful. If you've never been, highly, highly
Gotta
recommended for
check
a
it out.
day trip.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But even locally, our Watchung Reservation has such great hiking opportunities and trails, and it's just a great place to get away for the day and get away from the humans and just hug some trees.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think what's nice is New Jersey has everything to offer. If you want to hike, if you want mountains, we got you. If you want to ski, we got you. If you want the beach, we have we have it all. And if you want water parks, we have you. Like you really have a lot of experiences that you could have in New Jersey. But even in our local town, we have beautiful parks that we take our kids on bike rides all the time. Obviously, our kids are in sports, so we're on the field all the time.
Right.
And it's really a unique opportunity for especially kids who grew up on the streets, right? Like
Yeah.
we didn't have these beautiful
Right.
national parks next door to us. I mean, I love to hike. My kids hate it, but I drag them out sometimes. So we'll do that. And, I'm a big beach goer, so we're always on the beach every opportunity we get. And it's only a 45-minute drive.
Proximity to New York City as well, right?
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
if you want to go out for a dinner or play or anything,
Yep.
You
45
hop on the
minutes.
train, you hop on the bus, or at the end of the day, you're in the car and you're there.
Like I said, the convenience and the proximity makes it that much easier for you guys.
yeah.
So what are some of the restaurants you like in Jersey? Remember, if you plug them, we're gonna hear them. We're gonna put it out
One
there.
of our new, so Akai Sushi in Westfield just had a revamp a few years ago.
Okay.
And it's become a lot more like a lounge vibe. It's really pretty. The food is delicious. The sushi is always really good. So we've been going there a lot. My kid's new favorite restaurant is Roots. It's not a new restaurant. It's an old restaurant, but it's Roots in Summit.
Summit,
It's a
yep.
steakhouse. Because if it's your birthday, they give you this huge ice cream sundae, and my kids love
The
ice cream.
lobster, the mac and cheese lobster.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, that is
hands down the best
good
mac and
stuff.
cheese
But-
ever.
Yeah, that's good. I met Jim Kramer there. He lives in Summit and neighboring
awesome.
town, right? Went there. They have the white coats, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I had like what was it again? What did I forgot what I had. I had I don't know, poorhouse. Yeah, poorhouse. It was a poorhouse.
Porterhouse.
It was a
Yeah,
poorhouse. I
everybody
had,
does that,
yeah, had the poorhouse, and I was able to still take the boat and make broth the next day.
Oh,
That's how
smart.
good. Yeah, that's how good it was. I was
That
like,
was smart. I did not do that last time I was there. Next time.
Took that,
You're
made
walking
broth.
with the bone.
Yeah,
Next time I'm going to be walking out with a
yeah,
boat.
really doggy bone, right?
Yeah, I
I mean
love
doggy
it.
bag, right? It was
Yeah.
really, it was so good. I was in love with it, right?
Wow.
So, and then
Next
the
time
mac and
pretend
cheese.
it's your birthday and they'll bring you the ice cream sundae.
They're gonna hear this. So, what's your favorite restaurant in New Jersey?
My favorite restaurant. So I love Black Sheep in Garwood.
Black
It's right
Sheep,
on the border of Westfield and Garwood. It's relatively new, and they actually have a butcher shop as well, which has been around for a long time. So really, really delicious steaks as well.
Okay.
And I love Indian food. So for Indian food, I love Spice Bazaar in Westfield.
Okay.
It is incredible. Really beautiful interior also. So if you're a fan of Indian food, definitely check out Spice Bazaar in Westfield as well.
Nice. So there's a lot going on in New Jersey, and you guys have definitely let many know, like, yo, Westfield, Union County, Middlesex County, Essex, Bergen,
Yep.
Morris. There's so much happening in the state of New Jersey that, I mean, how could you not want to be here, right?
100%. And I mean, we're not getting into like the high rated schools and like the safe aspect of it.
Right.
There's just so many, aspects to living in New Jersey. Marina and I mostly rep Westfield. We run the Westfield Minute, which is a show on Instagram. If you guys do not subscribe, please do so.
Say it again, because sometimes
The
we forget-
Westfield Minute.
Okay, the Westfield
because
Minute.
the idea was it was going to be a 1-minute show, just
Right.
featuring local businesses. Sometimes we go over a minute because we like to talk a lot, but
not a bad
is just introducing the town to the people,
Right.
right? And like the homeowners who just moved into town, they might not know of all the local places. So that's what Marina and I have been trying to do for the past 2 years, 2.5 years.
Coming out of COVID, I think that was our intention, was to support local businesses as we were rediscovering this beautiful town that we live in, because people tend to go to the same dry cleaners, the same coffee place. And we have so many businesses in Westfield, and we wanted to highlight them. And it has been such an incredible journey, because we are over 150 episodes in, but we've met hundreds and hundreds of our incredible local business owners and neighbors.
Yep.
And it really gave us an opportunity to make a tremendous amount of friends.
Yep,
That's what's up.
in the town.
I'm going to plug myself in here now.
Do
When it comes to rates, and sometimes people talking to you about that, and they're saying, should I get a mortgage now? Should I wait later? How are you guys having those conversations with your clients? I know you talk to your respected mortgage professionals, right? But when they start saying the rates are too high, how do you guys combat that with what they can potentially be getting? I know what I want to tell them. I'm like, hey, you can do a temporary buy down, because we're in a world where we do see the rates coming back down.
Correct.
Election season, that is definitely going to change. And
100%.
we're speaking this week. We're doing a podcast this week, and the Fed is speaking this week regarding the Fed fund
I
rate.
think they're speaking today, right?
Is it yeah,
Tuesday,
today?
yeah.
Yeah, they're speaking today. And truth be told, we do follow the bond market, but the Fed fund rate does have correlation to
Yeah.
what's happening. So how are you guys having those conversations when there's like, I don't know what's going to happen with the rates? How are you guys just saying, whoa. Rates are what they are. They go up and down.
Correct.
Speak to your professional about that. But why is the perfect time to buy a house now as opposed to later?
Marina and I were just hosting an open house this weekend in
Right.
Westfield, and there was a lot of families that came by like, oh well, we are in a 3%, we are in 2.75%, rates are in the sixes, and we totally understand that, and
Right.
we explained to them, I understand, like you have a property, your monthlies are this, but you if you're not happy where you are, if you need to get a bigger place, a smaller place, this is still the best time to buy. I know that it's been a rough time for buyers with inventory being low, but inventory has actually come up significantly in the past few months. And we have been seeing a price reduction. We have been seeing an adjustment in the market. So I would say now is the time to jump in. We are in an election year, so rates are going to come down, as we all know. And honestly, in 2 years, you refi.
Right.
That's really all it comes down to. The seller that we're representing right now, they bought their house in 1985. Their rate was 40%. Yeah. She literally said, she's like, we bought this house. It was a they paid $20,000 for the house, I think. But you know what I mean.
Right.
But it was a 14%, and that didn't scare people. So I don't know why a 6% is scaring people. I think people need to be confident in their choices. Your quality of life is more important than this little adjustment that we're waiting for.
I always feel like you
And
can't.
as long as your monthlies make sense, as long
Yeah.
as you could afford your monthlies, that I think that's what we kind of keep drilling.
I agree with you, because at the end of the day, you need shelter. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like
And
you
what's
keep
the
saying,
interest rate of rent?
100%.
yeah, exactly.
100%.
And
So as long as you're renting, you are throwing money out, and the worst time to buy is when you still didn't do it.
with all that being said, what are some of the changes that I know, with the whole NAR settlement, the Department of Justice have gotten involved? What, tad bit a little bit, we don't want to confuse some, right?
Yes.
What are some of the changes that are happening or will be happening in
So
the
they're already
market?
happening.
They're already,
So
correct. Okay.
August 1st, it already happened.
Right.
So the changes that are happening, basically, there's a lot more transparency, to be honest with you. There's a lot more transparency of what the buyer's agent is receiving and what the seller's agent is receiving. It may no longer fall on the seller to pay the commission for both sides. We are decoupling the commission. So what does that mean? The seller is really responsible for their listing side and paying their listing agent. and they could choose to pay the buyer's commission. The funny thing is, that's always been the rule.
Right.
That's just not how we spoke. Commissions were always negotiable, but that's not how we spoke. And now when we tell people this new way of communicating, right? Like there's the listing side and then there's the buy side. And everyone looks at us like, wait, no, I always thought that it's just 5% or 6%. People were just not communicating properly, and now we are. And really what it comes down to is the seller is responsible to pay their agent, right? The agent that is going to market their home, that's going to photograph their home, that's going to, blast it out to the world, that's going to sit open houses, accommodate showings. That's their negotiate on their behalf. That's their side. They could still choose to pay the buyer's agent, but that will be negotiated later,
Okay.
when the offers come in. So basically, the conversation is, yes, you can upfront nominate a commission
Right.
for the buyer's agent, or you can negotiate that later. And that's pretty much all it is.
And it's actually exciting because we're seeing the really strong agents taking advantage of this and using it.
Key word. Say that again.
Really strong.
The really strong
Exactly,
agents,
right.
right? Because there's an opportunity in every market, right?
Right.
So a lot of these agents that are experienced enough will teach their buyers that it could be an opportunity as part of the negotiation when you are submitting your offer. So I think it's a great, as Galina said, it's a great evolvement of rules, and it just really forces everybody to communicate that much more clearly what the expectations are in terms of commission from the buyer and from the seller.
It's
Transparency is
transparency.
key, right? And I think
Transparency.
it changes. Look, some don't like it,
And
I
a
get
lot
it.
of agents leave. So whenever, there's a little like something is different, something is new, and they don't want to learn the new way.
But look, the mortgage industry went through a change after the housing crisis, right?
Of course.
You guys are going through some changes. We will adapt. We will do what we need to do because in the end, we're here to service the community, and homeowners want us. And as long as we continue to provide that information, they have no choice but to work with us. So I think,
Well, you have to show value, right?
Yeah,
you have to show
you're gonna
value.
show value
Yeah,
anyway,
of
right? You're
course,
gonna have to
of
show
course.
value anyway. There's no more cut and paste. Oh yeah, no more day trading your house. Hey, Susie got this house for this. I'm gonna sell this one for that one. Go get my license tomorrow, and inexperience is causing some friction in certain areas. But I think now that we're here and the changes are here, we're gonna start to see that it is what it is. Just rock out to it.
You're
and
gonna have to
You're gonna need
adapt.
your house, and yeah, just work with what you have.
Yeah. And obviously the buyers, can now negotiate with their own agent of what they're going to pay them. So that instead of the seller nominating that number ahead of the game,
Right.
you could work that out with your agent.
I think more than ever, I think professionals like myself, lenders, are going to be in the conversation now because we're going to have to know if you can't, if you're buying this home, how much more do you have
Right,
to
for sure.
pay the agent on the other side? Because at the end of the day, you want the home, right? You just
Correct.
got to make sure you can afford it and there's no hiccups while you go
100%.
through the purchase. So I
100%.
think,
And the thing is, it could still be in your mortgage. Like,
Right.
it doesn't have to be cash. It could still be in your mortgage. It's still part of the offer. Hey, I'm going to offer you $20,000 over asking. Can you?
but with some seller's assist, of course, right? It has to be compliant with
Correct.
and making sure that the home appreciates more than the purchase price. So if
Correct.
there's
And
money there,
appraises.
and then the seller agrees to give you
Correct.
that
Concession
and
or
a concession,
whatever,
and
yeah.
you can apply it to other.
But it's been interesting because we've coming off like a couple of years of really crazy real estate boom, right? So there was this increase of agents out there that are now, because things are getting complicated,
Right.
are kind of going back to their previous jobs, and it's
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
Only the strong survive, eh? You got this. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on the Let's Talk About It. So how does someone find you through social channels? Please share that information.
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
We're definitely on Instagram. You can find us there. You can find us on Facebook because we're old, and that's where.
You're not old. Give the name of where you're at on social media.
I'm Galina Kaplan, Realtor, on Instagram, and you could obviously find the Westfield Minute
Okay.
spelled out, and there you'll find both of us.
And now
Marina.
marina.nj.realestate.
Okay.
And then the Westfield Minute, absolutely follow. We love to support a little town. And if you're ever looking for a day trip, that's definitely a place to come and visit. We have a great downtown.
Yep.
Thank you so much, ladies. Again, for those, please subscribe to YouTube, Jimmy Mortgage. Let's talk about it. Subscribe, like, share. Again, I'm going to continue to bring on special guests like these two to talk about what real estate looks like in your mind. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.